Hey there, survivors, how's it going? I'm your host Douglas here at Drumway Productions, bringing you another Trick or Treat Studios mask review. And today we'll be continuing our journey taking a look at many different Trick or Treat Studios products by taking a look at another R.L. Stine piece, and you guessed it, we have yet another Goosebumps piece. So with that being said, viewer beware, you're in for a scare. Now in the past, I've done reviews on a majority of the different latex TV series Goosebumps masks that have been released by Trick or Treat Studios, but we have not taken a look at the full line of book series masks. And that includes, of course, the brand new vinyl masks, and I don't know if I ever took a look at the vacuum plastic masks or not. If I haven't, we'll do a review on those, but I'll make sure for sure this time, guys. But all that aside, today we're going to be continuing taking a look at the new vinyl book series Goosebumps masks, and today I think was the most reasonable runner-up, possibly most people's first place, just depending on how you want to take a look at it. But today we're going to be taking a look at Slappy the Dummy. Slappy here, of course, is another Goosebumps mascot, but he does actually have his own stories. Curly was pretty much created solely for the purpose of being a mascot they could put on different books and merchandise. Slappy was created for a book and was popular enough of a story that Slappy here has shown up on a ton of different Goosebumps merchandise. And of course, we have a really cool vinyl mask to take a look at today. I also want to say, just going out on a limb here, that Slappy is probably the single most recurring character in the entire Goosebumps franchise. From books to movies, just across the board, I think he for sure is the most recurring Goosebumps character. If any of you bump heads out there want to let me know for sure, please go ahead, but I'm pretty sure Slappy is the most recurring character. So in a way, he almost is the face of Goosebumps. Even though personally I do prefer the Haunted Mask over Night of the Living Dummy, I know it is neck and neck which one is the favorite for most people. All the history and favoritism aside, this is for sure a really cool, really creepy mask. Now we have gotten a few Slappy masks in the past. In particular, we're going to go ahead and mention the other Trick or Treat Studios latex mask. It was more so based on the TV series version of Slappy. It's a pretty cool mask, but it does look a bit odd when adjusted for human proportions. It does look more like the stunt actor mask, but still, it's probably the weirdest looking out of the entire series of Trick or Treat Studios TV series masks. However, when it comes to this new line of book series masks, this thing is incredible and possibly one of the coolest out of the entire thing. Curly is definitely a really great looking mask, but this looks just like the original depiction of Slappy, and it's so freaking cool. The sculpture itself definitely captures the likeness of Slappy very well. It does just look like an oversized ventriloquist dummy head. It doesn't really come off as a mask, and I feel like the way that they hid that is going to make it really difficult to wear this thing, but it has very tiny eye slits here for you to look out of. You don't see out of the pupils like you do on Curly, so I feel like you could have very limited vision in this piece. As far as paint application, it is pretty basic. You get one standard tone for the flesh for Slappy, a little bit of shading here and there. Of course, the lips are painted red. This is hand painted, and the lipstick is a little bit messy in some places, getting onto the teeth, and the teeth are also hand painted, so those can be a little bit messy as well, which is a little bit of a bummer because with vinyl masks, that's a little bit harder to fix than it is with a latex mask, but overall, very minimal problem. That's just something as like high-end mask collectors we worry about so much. Same thing for the black on the hair and the eyebrows here. There are some areas that are a little bit underpainted or overpainted, but for a mass-produced mask, it's kind of to be expected. The freckles here definitely look a bit faint in some areas, like they maybe didn't hit it well enough, but I'm just sitting here nitpicking this thing like it's a really high-end replica. What it really is a mass-produced mask that is currently retailing for $50, and for that price and for what you're getting here, I think this is absolutely amazing. One of my favorite Goosebumps products in years. Oh yeah, of course, on the back of the head we do have the Goosebumps splat with the Goosebumps logo. Gotta have that. And this mask does have a slit in the back with a keyhole. I think Curly does as well, but not all of these masks do, so that is important to mention. And yet again, these masks are vinyl, which has its pros and cons. For people that like to repaint their masks, it makes it a little bit more difficult, you know, but for people that just like to have a mask that's going to be around for years to come, these will not rot. You don't have to worry about that. If they do get misshapen, you can easily heat them up and get them back into shape, but these do also come with a plastic insert, which is great for shipping mainly, because most people that see a mask like this, if it's all misshapen and stuff like that, they don't know how to fix it. They're not even going to bother buying it. So having it be presentable in store is really important, but it's also a great thing for collectors because it will help your mask maintain its shape for years to come. We've now reached the point in the video where I typically like to read the excerpt directly from the Trick or Treat Studios website, just to give you a bit more insight directly from the source. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look. We have the Goosebumps Slappy mask in vinyl, sculpted by Alexander Ray. Alexander did a fantastic job on all of these masks. I'm going to say it every single time. Thank you, Alexander. I love these pieces, they make me so happy. But the excerpt says, Trick or Treat Studios is proud to present the officially licensed Goosebumps Slappy mask. This amazing mask is inspired by one of the most mischievous characters in the chilling Goosebumps series, Slappy the Dummy. Slappy shows up in many books, but his first appearance was in the classic Night of the Living Dummy. Get your Slappy mask today. So yeah, there you have it. If you're interested in having a Slappy mask on your shelf for display, or if you're interested in being a full-size Slappy dummy, I guess you could get yourself a nice little tuxedo and pick up one of these masks to complete your costume. But for $50, these things are absolutely fantastic. I fully recommend it. For a mask like this, you really can't beat it at that price, and it seems that collectors have already recognized it, because while I was reading the excerpt, I noticed that these are currently sold out on the Trick or Treat Studios website. So hopefully they do another run of these, hopefully they will get another restock, because Goosebumps is one of those licenses that seems to come and go. Sometimes they lose it, sometimes they have it. Every now and again they work with Spirit independently, sometimes it's both, it seems like. So if you're interested in getting these, I absolutely recommend you pick them up while you can. I would say directly from Trick or Treat Studios, but it seems that's currently not an option. So if you can find these on the secondhand market or from another retailer that carries Trick or Treat Studios products, I strongly recommend you go ahead and add a Slappy dummy mask to your collection today. And with that being said, I think that about does it for today's video. I love you all. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more Trick or Treat Studios reviews coming very soon, and I'll see you next time.